Hello, I'm Charlene White. The mother of Stephen Lawrence has told the Home Secretary that a public inquiry is needed to examine the claims about undercover police officers. Doreen Lawrence has met Teresa May today amid the ongoing allegations that the Met tried to smear the Lawrence family and discredit their campaign for their murdered son. Mrs. Lawrence says only an investigation in public will give her the answers she's looking for. This report from Ria Chatterjee.
Doreen Lawrence is used to press conferences, but this familiar scenario was prompted by something staggeringly unexpected to the family.
I felt quite sick to the stomach because I think it's the last thing I expected. I think we thought that we heard everything that came out during the inquiry. I didn't, apart from the corruption that we were still trying to get to the bottom of, I didn't think there was anything else.
But allegations of a police smear campaign against the family have sparked calls for a public inquiry. Today, Mrs. Lawrence told Home Secretary Teresa May that she wants answers. The Home Secretary told her all options are open.
The fact that our family has had to go through another revelation, how many more are they? We have no idea. But I think unless we get to the bottom, unless we have a public inquiry that tells us and goes through the whole thing, we will never get to the bottom of it.
I'm confident
at City Hall this afternoon, London's chief police officer said the force would support any decision to have a public inquiry.
One of the decisions people are going to have to think about in terms of public inquiries, they're often long, they're not always decisive. An investigation still has to happen. Public inquiries do not investigate individuals or organisations to the point of conviction or misconduct. That will always be handled by someone else. So the issue of getting to the bottom, in open, in public, getting these issues out, that's what public inquiries are very good at. What they can't do is investigate.
There are already two existing inquiries, one examining police corruption during the original investigation into the killing of Stephen Lawrence, who was stabbed to death by a gang of white youths in an unprovoked attack in 1993. The other is investigating undercover policing at the Met. Today, Doreen Lawrence said she didn't trust the inquiries.
I think for the past 20 years, the fact that we as a family have been talking about corruption and now that we have undercover officers trying to smear our family, I want answers. I want to know who the senior officers who signed that off, what was the report that's going in, and because, as I say, this has been going, we had no idea that this was going on since 93 up until 97.
Earlier this week, Teresa May said the existing inquiries would investigate the new claims, but the Lawrence family have made their position clear.
Now, Ria, Doreen Lawrence has another high-profile meeting tomorrow, doesn't she?
Yes, that's right. Tomorrow, Mrs. Lawrence and her lawyer, Imran Khan, will be visiting Scotland Yard to talk to the Commissioner. As I said in my report, Mrs. Lawrence doesn't trust the ongoing inquiries at the moment, and that's what the Commissioner will be talking with her tomorrow and trying to put her mind at ease and reassure her.
Now, Boris Johnson got involved with developments today as well, didn't he? Yes,
a letter was released today from Boris Johnson to Tom Windsor, the Chief Inspector of Constabulary. And in that letter, he addresses the fact that perhaps public confidence in the police may be knocked after these revelations. He says, in light of the allegations pertaining to the Lawrence family and friends, I am especially concerned that community trust and wider public confidence in the police could be further weakened unless Londoners can be assured that disreputable practices that took place in the past should not and do not happen in the Met today. And also in that letter, he stressed the importance of the selection and training of undercover officers, how ethical rules apply and that appropriate standards are maintained.
OK, Ria, thanks very much. Well, Boris Johnson says he's ready to rise to the challenge he's been given by the